Happy Thursday, Tallahassee. We've almost made it to Friday, and it's time for the April 24th edition of FSU Weather. Taking a look outside at Docampo Stadium. Beautiful, beautiful conditions, setting up 84 degrees, partly cloudy, winds at about 8 miles per hour. We are going to be tracking some showers off to our north and west just a little bit, working its way across the Alabama and Georgia line and into South Georgia, as well as further down I-10, just some stronger storms. We did have a severe thunderstorm warning just a little bit earlier, but overnight tonight we're going to be dodging those storms just barely, 63 degrees, partly cloudy. And out the door tomorrow we're going to be looking at temperatures getting to near 90 degrees, 88 degrees with just a light breeze. So it's going to be very, very warm. But our headlines for tonight, we're going to be talking about that warm summertime weather on the way, temperatures close to 90, our last Thursday show of the semester, and we're going to find out who our next Thursday team leader is. All that and more tonight on FSU Weather.
Good evening. I'm student meteorologist Matthew Wisnett.
And I'm student meteorologist Priscilla Vijalta.
We just want to take this time to acknowledge what unfortunately happened on our campus last Thursday and just thank the first responders, I should say, who came and helped out, the police who were just so quick with their actions, as well as all the healthcare workers that were receiving all the patients and everyone who has been really helping during this really tough circumstance.
Yeah, it's been really empowering to see all the students, faculty come together and support each other in this time. So we just want to round out with a quick moment of silence to honor the victims.
And we're going to pan it over to Chris on the wall with our local.
That's right. Now, first, I do want to thank our first responders for their very quick response to this just horrific situation that we've seen here just last week. But in a lighter sense, hopefully this sunshine puts a smile on your face because we have just beautiful weather here in Tallahassee. Nice and warm. We're at 84 degrees with just a slight breeze to help us out. We do have a couple of showers up in Georgia, but for the most part, just some partly cloudy skies. And, you know, plenty of sunshine, not a whole lot to worry about in terms of weather, just great, warm, toasty temperatures that we're seeing here all around the Big Bend region, 84 in Tallahassee, 82 in Quincy. Down towards the coast, a little bit cooler, 76 in Apalachicola, and we're feeling really muggy outside right now. I mean, check out these dew points, 70 in Marianna. Not very pleasant in terms of our dew points, but still plenty of sunshine to go around for the area. We do have a little bit of sea breeze that could help with some of those toastier temperatures, 9 miles an hour in Apalachicola and 14 miles an hour there in Panama City. For our temperature almanac, pretty much just a little bit above our average, very warm temperatures. That's kind of the pattern we've been seeing here as of recent. We hit 86 degrees today, and then for tonight, again, going to be on the toastier side of things compared to what we'd expect for about this time of year. But we're seeing 63 degrees for tonight, partly just a few clouds, but otherwise very nice temperatures to go around. And tonight's forecast, again, do have a couple of clouds, but we do have some mild temperatures to go around. We have 64 in St. Mark's, 62 in Monticello, and over in Perry. So pretty nice night to go around. You know, if you're going out tonight, maybe bring a light jacket, but, you know, very nice weather. And, you know, tomorrow, kind of a rinse and repeat forecast. We have 88 degrees, so another toasty day looking towards this weekend. Now, if you're heading out the door maybe early tomorrow, it is going to be, you know, slightly on the cooler side of things. We're going to be at 64. Then we're going to gradually warm up by. Look at this, lunchtime, we're at 82 degrees. And we're going to see those mid to upper 80s throughout the day. Rinse and repeat forecast here. We have some very toasty temperatures, 89 in Monticello. And check this out, our hot spot, 91 in Valdosta. So some of these areas around the Big Bend are getting quite toasty tomorrow. So make sure to bring that sunscreen with you, and also make sure to definitely stay hydrated with those warmer temperatures on the way. I mean, check this out. We have a warming trend here going through the weekend. We're going to be in the upper 80s Friday. Check this out. By Sunday, 94. So it's really starting to feel like summer. I know personally, I'm super excited to be on summer break. I definitely get to enjoy some of these warmer temperatures And we'll see that pattern kind of continue really into the next week. So lots of warm temperatures to look forward to. But Matt, what does the rest of Florida look like?
Yeah, the rest of Florida looks very hot for the most part. We have some scattered clouds throughout Florida, but as we take a big picture look here, 80 degrees is the story in some of our northern ranges, while central Florida, we have almost 90 degrees in Tampa, so very hot outside for the most part. Just a great time to be outside and enjoying the beach. Miami, a little bit cooler than some of its more northern counterparts, as sitting in those mid-80s, and that will be the story for this weekend as we continue to push into early next week. So a great time to be at the beach with lots of sunshine. Tampa, 90 degrees with lots of sunshine, so great time to go hit those beaches if you're trying to get an early start to the summer, as finals are really starting to come to an end here in FSU, as well as USF will be ending very shortly as well. Orlando, temperatures will start climbing back up into those 90s step by step, as it'll be going up by 3 degrees each day, and lots of sunshine is the story once again. But as Chris mentioned, it's been really humid outside, so you're going to want to hydrate a lot, or you might dehydrate a little bit because it's just been so hot lately. Jacksonville, same type of story, starting out in those mid-80s tomorrow, but by the weekends we could see 90 degrees, so a lot of heat coming in. Feels like that early summer. And unfortunately, Pensacola, the little one out, unfortunately, here, as we'll be sitting in those lower 80s, but once again, by the end of the weekend, could really start seeing our temperatures start climbing up into those upper 80s. So warmer temperatures are on the way for those of us trying to get to the beach in Pensacola. South Florida, we'll see a little bit of clouds and maybe a stray shower or two, but overall looking very nice if you are trying to hit the beach this week. Central Florida, for those of people getting really hyped up for the weather this week, it's a great time to go to the theme parks, as it will be a little hot, so you're going to want that sunscreen and lots of water, but a great time to be outside this week. North Florida, we'll see, we have some showers off to our west, and we might get a couple of showers tonight overall, but for the most part, should be chilling for the night. We could see in our futurecast a couple of clouds overall and maybe a stray shower or two in the northern regions. However, it should be a great weekend to get outside, maybe play some basketball or pickleball overall, as we just have some great temperatures. However, could see some clouds tonight, so if you are trying to maybe get outside or see the astronomical event where we could see a little bit of a smiley face, though maybe sideways, may not be the best night, unfortunately, as we'll see some clouds in the area that could really distort that view of what could be a really cool event to see in the sky tonight. We could see temperatures, though, in the 70s in those southern regions for the most part, but clouds could be in the way. Tomorrow's forecast, we'll see 90 degrees once again in central Florida. Here in Tallahassee, we'll get into those upper 88s. But overall, looking like a really pleasant time to get outside. Just make sure you have that sunscreen, as well as you have lots of water, as it will be very hot, which could mean to maybe having to take a couple more breaks than usual if you are trying to be outside. Priscilla, what does the rest of the Southeast look like with all this heat going on?
Yeah, Southeast also pretty toasty. We're seeing our area cameras right now, 69 in Charlotte, 75 in Richmond, a little bit warmer here in Florida though. Tampa's looking at 87 degrees, and New Orleans also seeing those 80-degree temperatures. We've got a lot of that warm air really just penetrating the south, and we can see most of the areas really in the 80s and upper 70s, with a little bit cooler up into the Carolinas near those mountainous regions. But overall, it's been pretty warm, and we're going to see that trend continue as we move even closer towards summertime. But we don't have a lot of organized storms right now, so that's really allowing this sea breeze to affect the coastal areas. We're seeing even sea breezes upwards of 15 miles per hour in New Orleans. So definitely got some sea breezes going on to help cool things down just a little bit. But our humidity also pretty high right now. We're feeling a lot of humid air really throughout, and it's going to continue to stay until we get our next storm system. But really, it's going to be a little bit of time before that happens. Most of our dew points staying in the 60s and even towards the 50s. So really high dew points right now. And like I said, not a lot of organized storm systems, maybe up towards Tennessee and parts of Alabama. But as we go into the weekend, we're going to see mostly just a lot of cloud cover as those pop-up showers dissipate a little bit. But overall, we're not really seeing too many storms. However, into Saturday, we could see some showers affecting the Gulf Coast. So keep that in mind. But overall, hopefully nothing to disturb your weekend plans. If you're in Charlotte this weekend, it's going to be lots of sunshine to go around, highs in the 70s and 80s, so very nice, pleasant conditions, and our lows are dropping into the 50s over into Sunday. Nashville, similar story with a higher risk for storms on Friday, 60% chance, and our highs are mostly staying in those 70s and 80s. Tampa, similar story, even reaching 90s. So it's going to be pretty toasty, and New Orleans, same story, but in the 80s. But now, Ryan, what's next with the rest of the United States?
Yeah, the rest of the United States were, for the most part, pretty warm all across the board, even up in the northwest where it's in the 40s, we're seasonally warmer than usual. 46 over in Billings, 69 in Seattle, and down in California we've got Las Vegas at 85, 86 over in Glendale, Arizona. Off to the East Coast we go. Detroit sitting at 80 degrees, our nation's capital at 77. Memphis sitting at 78, so plenty of warm temperatures to go around. And we've got this, not stormy setup, but we've got more moisture off to the south and east. And so that's where we're going to see a lot of our storms be able to fire up as opposed to the more dry west. So we've got a tornado watch in pink and then severe thunderstorm watch in yellow. So we're going to be tracking some severe weather as it moves through. I think we already had a couple tornado warnings pop in Oklahoma. We've got a level 3 out of 5 risk for portions of Texas being Lubbock, Amarillo, kind of more west panhandle of Texas. And then tomorrow it's just going to be the same spot that's under the gun in West Texas and South Oklahoma. And then by day 3, same kind of stuff. Not as high of a risk, but we are going to be kind of in the same New Mexico, Texas, into Oklahoma region of the U.S. So for red flag warnings, or what they'd be known as fire warnings, a lot off to the west. And then we've also got winter weather advisories and frost and freeze warnings. Off to the east we go. Not a lot going on in the east. We do have a couple flood warnings going on, but a lot more quiet off to the east coast. But that said, it's going to kind of fill in as we get into the weekend. More rain going to be soaking parts of the Appalachians and off into the northeast, Boston, D.C., seeing some extra rainfall. Temperature-wise, though, a lot of the U.S. seeing above average temperatures, not only today, but it's going to stick around for the next couple of weeks. 6 to 10-day outlook showing Wyoming, Idaho, Colorado, Utah, all into that well above average setup. And the same goes as we move to the east. We'll see Carolinas into Georgia and Florida above average. And then to our 8 to 14-day outlook, the heat bubble just tends to stay in place, keeping a lot of the U.S. in above average temperatures. And even into the overnight tonight, places in the Dakotas, while we're getting to near freezing, it's kind of above average, and especially for overnight conditions. Denver going to be sitting at 41 degrees tonight. We are going to see some storms passing through. Off to California, we're getting into the 50s, San Francisco, Los Angeles. Over to the East Coast, New Orleans, sitting at 72. Memphis and Atlanta, we might see a couple of showers and storms move through tonight. Temperatures into the 60s. Up in the East Coast, Boston, D.C., you're going to be seeing in the 50s and plenty of clouds around. As for tomorrow out west, going to be temperatures getting into the 70s over in Seattle, 57 in Billings. Denver, those showers are going to be sticking around with temperatures into the 50s, but as we get further south into Albuquerque, getting to about 83 degrees. San Francisco, going to be more of a cloudy day, not going to warm up too much. And then over in Dallas, 84. Memphis and Atlanta, those showers and storms stick around. D.C. and Boston, you guys start to get into action as well with the stormy weather. But as Thursday tradition, we're going to head over and talk sports with Matt.
Oh yeah, there's a lot to talk about as we got MLB, we got playoffs going on. There's just so much to cover at this point. Pistons and the Knicks' first playoff game in a long time for the Pistons in Detroit. And we're going to have some great weather to start, as we'll start out this game in those upper 60s, but you're going to want that jacket because by the end of the game, we'll be in those upper 50s with some cloudy weather overall, but should be a really good game with some really good weather. For the Thunder and Grizzlies game in Memphis, we could see some storms very early on, but by the end of the game, we really will see those storms start tapering off, and we'll just see those clouds really remain. Overall, though, those temperatures should be really nice. In California, I should say, we have the Nuggets and the Clippers, a really heavyweight battle between two really good teams. And those temperatures staying really positive for the most part, not a lot of difference, but you are going to want that jacket if you are going to the game, as it could be a little cold for some of those people in California used to those hotter temperatures overall. Orioles at the Nationals. Really clear game for the most part until 9 p.m. where it could get a little cloudy, which also in this game, both these teams, a little cloudy with the direction of these teams so far as they've really struggled out of the gate. Pirates at the Angels, we see some clouds once again, but those temperatures will be staying pretty pleasant overall. Might want that jacket if you get cold pretty easily. The Rays at the Diamondbacks, 11-inning OT winner for the Rays last night, and hot temperatures tonight if you are going to the game, so you will not need that jacket, as it'll just be really nice to be outside. Even us Floridians could be okay with the temperatures you're going to see if you are in Arizona. Athletics and the Rangers, Athletics off to a really nice start, and those clouds will really persist throughout the game, but you're going to want that jacket, as we could see temperatures in those mid to lower 50s by the end of the game overall. So great games to watch, and just a lot of great action overall. You have the NFL draft tonight, as well as MLB and NBA, even some NHL action tonight, so lots of games. Make sure to check your weather report if you are going to games we haven't covered, but some really great games with some great weather overall. But Chris, if you have weekend plans this week, what are the weather going to look like for this weekend?
Well, we got some great weather in store. You know, we've been having this heat dome just sit over us, and that's been bringing us a lot of these warmer temperatures and just some beautiful skies all around the area. We got just a few clouds over by the Sportsplex. I mean, just look at Lake Bradford. Very nice conditions to go around. If you're walking your dog, we do have some pretty nice temperatures. I would say maybe go around 7 in the morning, so you might want to wake up a little bit early before those temperatures begin to get on the toastier side of things at 79 degrees by 11 a.m. Over at our beaches, again, seeing those gorgeous skies. We're at 84 degrees, just the perfect day to get out there. Make sure to soak up all that sunshine. I know summer is rapidly approaching. Now, if you are more of a stargazing person, you definitely want to check this out. So kind of like I was saying with a dog walk, you might want to get up a little bit early for this. We have a pretty unique phenomenon going on where we have a crescent moon tonight, and we'll have 2 of the planets in our solar system kind of making like a tilted smiley face. So definitely get out there and check that out. Might want to wake up a little bit earlier for that though. Good news is our airports, no major delays. We have no significant weather going on here that's going to cause any interruptions at our airports. Clear around the country except for Denver, just a few delays over there. But over at our Sportsplex, very nice, 83 degrees. Just doesn't get better than this. I know I'm super excited for summer to just get here already. I mean, if you're going out tonight, it's going to be on the slightly cooler side of things, 66 degrees, but pretty nice and pleasant weather to kick off your weekend, really. Now, for the weekend, we're going to see those warmer temperatures just relentlessly continue these next couple of days. I mean, we're going to be at 88 on Friday, then we're going to continue to warm up by about 3 degrees each day. Saturday, getting a little bit of a taste of those lower 90s, and then by Sunday, 94 degrees, and those warm temperatures aren't going away. But Priscilla, what are we expecting for the rest of the Big Bend?
Yeah, Big Bend feeling pretty toasty right now. Currently 84 degrees over across Doak Campbell Stadium. We can see that sun shining really nice and beautifully, but we do have some cloud cover to go around, and that's really been increasing over the last couple of days, so that's just one thing to look forward to. But we also have a couple of slight breezes to help us feel nice and comfortable. For our future satellite and radar, we're not seeing any storm systems to worry about really. Mostly a lot of cloud cover and occasionally a pop-up shower or two. And again, those warm temperatures are really helping with those pop-up showers. So we'll see some more of those as we go further into the warm season. But across the Big Bend, we're seeing those warm temperatures really persisting, even getting up to the mid-80s, 86 in Valdosta, as well as Live Oak. So those conditions are going to continue for the foreseeable future. Our dew points also are getting pretty up there. We're seeing a lot of our dew points in the 60s, even reaching 70 in Mariana. So it's pretty humid outside. You might feel that affecting your hair. I know I have definitely been feeling that, but hopefully we'll get a storm soon to give us some nice, clear, and dry weather. But for now, we do have some sea breezes helping to cool us down. 14 miles an hour in Panama City, 12 in Crestview and Lake City. So really, we're feeling a lot of those sea breezes, mostly along those coastal regions. Here in Tallahassee, we've got a slight breeze at 8 miles per hour. So really just keeping us nice and cool. Nothing that'll knock your hat off or ruin your day, really. But for our temperature almanac, it was pretty warm today, a little bit higher than on average for our high and our low. So we've got nice range right now, but thankfully we are nowhere near our record high and our record low. But things could warm up, so you'll have to stay tuned for that. But into tonight, it's going to get cool down to about 63 degrees with, again, those clouds. If you want to catch that stargazing event, make sure to wake up early. Hopefully those clouds won't impede your view. But overall, the winds are going to calm down a bit, and it's going to be a very nice morning. And for the rest of the Big Bend, we're mostly seeing our lows in the lower 60s. So it's going to be a nice, beautiful morning to get your day started tomorrow. I know I'm glad it's Friday, and really, what more could you ask for? And into tomorrow, it's going to warm up to about what it was today, 88 degrees, mostly sunny, so hopefully a little fewer clouds in the sky, but again, similar breezy conditions to keep an eye on. And for your day planner, again, it's going to warm up 64 at 6 a.m. all the way to 85 by the end of the day. So make sure you, wear your sunscreen if you need to. You might need a hat just to protect yourself from those UV rays. Into tomorrow, again, across the region, nearing that 90-degree mark. So just keep that in mind. And for the week ahead, we're really seeing that entrance to those 90s, but lows are staying in the 60s. But now, our Thursday team leader, Tyler, is going to give us a very special announcement.
Yeah, thank you, Priscilla. It's been a while since you guys have seen me on front of the camera, but I've been the Thursday team lead for FSU Weather. I've been producing the show and making all the graphics, sort of behind the scenes, but it is that time of year where I have to pass off the clipboard to our new Thursday team leader, which is none other than our Thursday regular, Matt. You want to come up here? There he is. Congratulations, man. So, you excited for what you're going to do next year?
I am very excited. I'm very honored to inherit the Thursday show from someone who has been so guiding as Tyler is. It's been very nice to hear advice from him as well as be able to talk sports with you, I will say. So I'm very excited to continue to bring energy to the Thursday show as Tyler so has this year, and continue to bring maybe some sports as well as incorporate some new things as well. So segment may be a little bit different next year, but sports will still be a critical part of the Thursday show, I am glad to say. So overall, really looking forward to leading next year and so grateful for the experience as well as the mentorship from Tyler.
Yeah, I really look forward to seeing what you do with the show next year. I'll definitely be tuning in to see maybe what you've changed up. But it's been an amazing experience to be a team leader with FSU Weather. I've met so many amazing and talented people, and it's just been a great time to even just be in the studio and talk to everybody about weather and sports or whatever's going on in our lives. So yeah, it's been a great experience. I can't wait to see where FSU Weather goes from here. But now we'll kick it to our socials. So make sure to follow us on Twitter at FSU Weather.
And don't forget, we are also on Facebook at FSU Weather as well, so go like us.
And follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather.
If you're following us on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe at FSU Weather on YouTube as well.
And we also do have a TikTok. Make sure to follow that at FSU Weather as well. But here's one last look at your 7-day. Have a great evening.